Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in the winter, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep your clubs out year-round. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues begin in February. Get signed up today. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex at West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue. It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at gohogwild.com. But don't be late, we close at 8.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
What's it take to be a mentor with big brothers, big sisters? It takes 30 minutes and a cup of coffee. A video game, best 2 out of 3. It takes sharing thumbs up emojis, clapping emojis, and loaded nachos at halftime. That's how you make an impact on a young kid's life. So go on, share a few hours a month, because mentorship may sound huge, but the truth is, it takes little to be big. To learn more, volunteer, or donate, go to bebignow.org.
Men's health is not a game at Limitless Mail. It's serious medicine. We're not a West Coast franchise with a one-size-fits-all approach. Every man is different. Some men require more or less testosterone to feel their best. At Limitless Male, we safely monitor your labs and symptoms along the way and adjust your treatment as needed. The only thing cookie cutter about Limitless Male? The incredible results men brag about. Schedule your free consult at limitlessmail.com.
If you're sick of catering from the same places every month, it's time to switch things up. Mulberry Barbecue is perfect for business lunches and dinners, family gatherings, holiday parties, wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners, and so much more. Delivery and full service options are available, and they can cater for anything from 10 people to 500 people. Call them at 402-937-7114 to hear their menu options and get your catering booked today. Mulberry Barbecue, located at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0. And bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska East Sports coach Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Thursday, somber Thursday. We'd be remiss if we did not bring up the plane crash last night. All of our thoughts and prayers go out to all the families.
Oh, man.
Figure skating fit.
Where did it crash at?
Washington, D.C.
Oh, wow. I did not hear about that.
Yeah, so I just wanted to send all of our prayers and all of our thoughts. Just crazy.
Was it a commercial?
It was a plane holding 60. I believe the number is 60 passengers, and then a military Black Hawk helicopter collided in the air, and it's not being talked about as a rescue mission. It's a recovery mission. So unfortunate news over the Potomac River out there in Washington D.C. So super sad situation there.
All the thoughts and prayers go.
I know that. Yes, indeed.
The families.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, so on the sports front, guys, I mean, did anything happen
yesterday? Well, let's see here.
Was anything crazy yesterday?
No, it was pretty slow day.
Pretty slow day in the news cycle. I mean, yeah. We'll get into obviously a lot more of the John Cook stuff. We saw. I mean, I was a couple of feet away from Coach Danny Busboom Kelly on Friday at the League One volleyball match, and I thought it was interesting that she was in town. However, there were multiple Louisville alums playing on both sides, right? Like you had Claire Chassé playing for Love Madison last Friday, and now, I mean, there's a couple on Love Omaha as well. But
I'm still upset
now it's real interesting.
Today.
Why is that?
The way you said Claire
Chassé.
That's really good. He would have loved that.
Oh, well, thank you. But yeah, AD is out today. He's speaking in Des Moines this morning. He'll be joining us via remote tomorrow from Happy Valley, he said. But yeah, so I mean, there's a lot that we can certainly get into with John Cook. I think one thing I really want to dive deeper in with you guys in the next couple of minutes, at least in the next segment, is mostly like how seamless this was. That in this day and age, guys, and we'll, like I said, get into it deeper next segment, but in this day and age of social media and somebody always trying to be the one that breaks the news and become, the most popular liked tweet on social media or whatever it might be, message boards, fan accounts, in this day and age, it is very, very difficult for not just one institution or university, but in this instance, two universities and institutions to be able to keep it so close to the vest and to make it essentially as seamless as possible is really, really impressive. It's really
yeah, I was nuts. It was like you said, in today's day and age, usually there's always a leak somewhere. You hear of something, and this is one of those things you did not until that tweet dropped, or that was the first thing anybody had heard of it. It was crazy.
I mean, that's when it's a true statement and was nothing ill about it, because Coach Cook has done it by the book, kind of like Coach Osborne did it by the book. So somebody because nobody, I remember when Coach Osborne made his announcement, no player knew, nobody knew. I only knew early because I was flying. Me, Jason Peter, and Grant Wistrom, we were headed down to the College Football Awards in Florida that year, right before the bowl game. Yep. And so we flew out that morning, and that's the only reason I found out before the whole team did, because he knew we were going to the East Coast and he didn't want us to see it on TV. So he told us right before we got on the plane, I'm retired. This is going to be my last game. And we're like, huh? We're like, what? And then on the plane down to Florida, experienced that. But yeah, when you do it right, it is unknown. It's not, you don't see it coming, but you just know the time is right. The coaches know, John Cook, he's one of those guys you could tell. He not saying it was on his face, because his face always looked a certain way when he was coaching. But I think this year had a fantastic senior class with Lexi Rodriguez and a few other players. I think this is a good sign, for him to go to the next step in his life with his family, get reconnected with his family. He's been grinding for 25 years, here in Wisconsin and other schools that he coached at before now. And so, as a coach, when that time is up.
Yeah, so I mean, there was a lot of there's a lot of feelings, I think, and mostly they're positive feelings, right? Like I said, I don't want to bury the entire conversation and use it all in this segment, because I think there's a lot of different angles. I have a lot of thoughts that I want to get your guys' opinions on. And obviously the texters 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, and the Starter Heyman text line are both open for our people listening. I think also another part of it is that there's no drama because you already know who's going to be next, and that's Danny Busboom Kelly. I think when you look at John Cook, though, also, guys, 7 of the last 10 Final Fours featured a John Cook coach team. 7 of the last 10, and now you go out and get a coach in Danny Busboom Kelly, who we will hear from for the first time next Thursday, February 6th. We'll hear from John Cook later today about 10 a.m. or so. But we'll hear from the new volleyball coach next Thursday in the Bob Devaney Sports Center. I heard some conflicting reports. The John Cook press conference not open to the public. The introductory press conference with Coach Kelly is. So if you make your way down to the stadium this morning, don't expect to be let in without a credential. But next Thursday at the Bob, that's where you'll be able to kind of hang out and join the introductory press conference with Coach Kelly. So ultimately, though, I like, it's an exciting day. It's a bittersweet day because I think that there's a lot of pride in what Coach Cook was able to do here the last 25 years, and rightfully so. It's a sad day because you have one of the legendary Nebraska coaches. I mean, think about it, for somebody like me, my entire life has been John Cook coaching Nebraska volleyball. You can't say that about a lot of other programs. And so now, going forward, though, it's an exciting time because I do truly believe that Coach Danny Busboom Kelly is entering the prime of her college coaching career, and she has an incredible resume. It features stops at Tennessee, multiple stops at Louisville, multiple times at Nebraska, in addition to her playing career here. There's national championship success as a player. She's been to 2 national titles as a head coach. Like, this is as good of a result, I think, out of the situation for Nebraska volleyball.
Yeah, definitely. I got a big question, though. Kind of been wearing on me since last night. Since he did not fulfill his entire 5-year contract, does he have to give the horse back to the university?
I would be very surprised if they say, hey, yeah, part of his contract extension was he got a horse.
I knew he had a horse. I didn't know that was like part of his contract thing.
Yeah, he got another one.
Oh, he has 2.
It was a new horse. Yeah,
gotcha. I knew he was a cowboy. Got a couple horses or a horse, but I didn't know it was like part of his whole deal. That's pretty cool.
and I think also, like, it's gonna provide a little bit of comfort in Husker fans too. Like, this isn't changing the regime completely. Like, this is sticking in-house essentially, right, with the coaching tree. And then it's
you're retaining.
Yeah, you're retaining the 2 assistants that are vital to Nebraska volleyball, and Jalen Reyes and Kelly Hunter. But then on top of that, we can't sit here and act like John Cook's just never going to be around the program again either.
No.
So he's gonna be like Coach O. He's gonna be floating around, giving advice, stuff like that, helping out with stuff still, any charity events or anything going on with players.
Well, a big thing too into like today's generation also is, you've seen this at Alabama. Coach Saban, he's still salaried by Alabama. I think he makes $500,000 a year as an ambassador. It would not surprise me one bit that contract that John Cook has right now just continues on, as maybe he's an ambassador to Nebraska volleyball.
Yeah,
it would not surprise me.
Yeah, we'll absolutely see. We're getting questions on the text line about when did Danny Busboom Kelly, DBK, when did she play for Nebraska? Did it cost anything for Nebraska to buy out her contract? We'll get into all of that. Raff, I think now is probably a good time to take a break. And let's dive fully into this thing when we come back. I think that's a good idea.
All right, we'll throw it a break. It's The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Men's health is not a game at Limitless Male. It's serious medicine. We're not a West Coast franchise with a one-size-fits-all approach. Every man is different. Some men require more or less testosterone to feel their best. At Limitless Male, we safely monitor your labs and symptoms along the way and adjust your treatment as needed. The only thing cookie cutter about Limitless Male? The incredible results men brag about. Schedule your free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and is currently searching for journeyman plumbers to join their team. Experience is preferred, but not required for all applicants. When you join the team at Davis Plumbing, you'll receive full benefits package with paid time off. Join a small local business doing big things in Lincoln and surrounding areas. Apply today by calling 402-525-6922 or find them on social media. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best-in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And you can work out your way on your time at any convenient location near you. Most open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 31st. See Home Club for details.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
What's it take to be a mentor with big brothers, big sisters? It takes 30 minutes and a cup of coffee. A video game, best 2 out of 3. It takes sharing thumbs up emojis, clapping emojis, and loaded nachos at halftime. That's how you make an impact on a young kid's life. So go on, share a few hours a month, because mentorship may sound huge, but the truth is, it takes little to be big. To learn more, volunteer, or donate, go to bebignow.org.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
And you can even look down. All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Thursday, talking Nebraska volleyball, the changing of the guard. We have seen this once before, actually. Well, twice before. There was a coach before Terry Pettit, but Terry Pettit was, pretty much the person of Nebraska volleyball from, I believe it was 76 until 1990 or 2000. When he took over 2000, 76 to 2000. So Nebraska's seen this before. It's always amazed me with Nebraska volleyball how they've always been. Both coaches have left basically when Nebraska was at the top of its game. Yeah, Pettit had just won a title, and he had. If you remember back to this story, I don't know if you know this or not, Jackson, but John Cook was the head coach at Wisconsin, and he came back to Nebraska for a year as an assistant coach under Pettit, and the next year Pettit retired and then installed John Cook as the head coach. Not the same scenario, but kind of the same. And we knew Danny Busboom Kelly. It's always been mentioned when she's been at Louisville that her one contract in her contract was the only school that she could leave that she did not have to pay a buyout was the University of Nebraska. So it kind of was written in the stone or in the stars a little bit.
Well, they brought up a really intriguing, possibility of other people trying to lure DBK away from Louisville. Yeah. And things get a little tougher for Nebraska. Not that it's not going to be, it would never have been impossible. Just would have been a little more difficult potentially to hire her away from, say, another notable program. I just think, AG, when we're talking about seamless transitions here, right, that is so crucial in today's day and age of college athletics. We're getting a lot of questions about the portal. Just for context, with the portal, the actual window closed on January 6th for the sport of volleyball. However, just because of the coaching changes, and this is across all sports, whether it's football, basketball, volleyball, is now that coaches have moved on and there's a coaching change. Both Louisville and Nebraska have a 30-day window, so that puts essentially this makeshift transfer portal to close for both Louisville and Nebraska only on February 28th. But the seamless transition is super important for both of these programs, though, AG.
No, it is, because when it's seamless, that means less work has to be done to get the rest of the organization in line. When you just you just take out one person, put in another person, and it's a fit, then boom. But when you take out one person and you're like, oh man, might have to do some assistants too. And then those assistants might be great recruiters that are gone. Then you got to try to find somebody who's going to match that, which is going to be hard. If somebody is a fantastic recruiter, like for example, the coach at Indiana, football coach, the name's not popping in my head right now. Cincinnati. So like when he left Alabama, we already know he's a great recruiter. Or whenever if he does leave Indiana, great recruiter and motivator. That's going to be a tough job to find somebody to replace that. So when you have that, then it's not much what I say aftermath damage that you got to do. And it's not damage, it's just hiring people, going through the process, interviewing. You don't have that going on then for the coaches staff, but then for the players it's even more better, because then once you get to practice time, it's like, you know, riding a bike again. It's back to motions. They know what's going on. They know what this philosophy of the coaches that's coming in, you know, knowing that the coach coming in is a former Husker. So they're going to know this is going to be just like this, what Coach Cook did, maybe a few little subtle changes, but nothing major. And that makes it a lot easier for players to get refocused and get tuned in for the next season.
Well, I mean, and guys, to just build off the assistant coach conversation, the biggest piece of this, and I certainly don't want this to get buried, is that Jalen Reyes is returning. I mean, you want to talk about somebody who is invaluable to the makeup of Nebraska's roster, the roster construction, the year in, year out, the in-game stuff under Coach Cook. Because of Jalen Reyes, Coach Cook was able to sit on the bench and point on his notepad, hey, this is the area of the court I want you to serve in, like that, because Jalen was so active in everything. And this was a stat that I was surprised by because of the role that Jalen plays. He's been at Nebraska since 2018, so he's going to be entering his 7th year. He just announced yesterday, he confirmed that he signed a contract extension with Nebraska last Wednesday. And so with all that in mind, though, and that's why you kind of know that things have been going on behind the scenes anyway. But with that it's the continuity of the players, but also he's the second longest assistant coach in Nebraska volleyball history. Yeah. That's bizarre to think about, because not only is are coaches that coach at Nebraska, like John Cook, whether it was Pettit, whoever it may have been, they're churning out assistants and turning them into head coaches. But a guy like Jalen, who is willing to stay, it's invaluable. I mean, there's no other word to describe it, because of what he's been able to help out with this roster construction and in the recruiting world as well.
It is, to have assistant, that another person that has the buy-in from the players, belief from the players because of what they've done as a coach, and then recruiting wise makes it a lot easier. Then everybody knows the coach, knows who, when they walk through the door, what they're going to deal with between Coach Cook at that time and then Reyes, as you mentioned, Nick. They, as a high school player, then it's easy to say, oh yeah, I'm going to Nebraska to play volleyball there. The mom and dad, they know the routine. They seen John Cook, they seen the assistant, and if they watch them on video, on video or on TV, they see how they interact and how Coach Cook was always that stoic person. But then you see Reyes and the assistants all talking to the players, making adjustments, doing what they need to, high-fiving them in that. And it's like, I want to see my daughter do that, our granddaughter do that, as a parent or grandparent. So it's just something that when you have that and it shows up not only on the court and the winning and the tradition, but it shows up among the players that stay there or that end up going there. Players like Lexi Rodriguez, that are on that, roster that for 4 years, and she's doing what she's doing, and other players after her that's coming up the ranks as well. So it just shows you the how they cultivating the players there on Nebraska volleyball team.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Let's get to some reaction from the text line. Big Daddy Travis says, Coach Cook just signed a 5-year extension. Hopefully Nebraska can keep the girls here and they don't transfer. I think you're going to feel okay about it overall in both places, Louisville and at Nebraska. And it's because of kind of what we just kind of talked about with holding on and being able to hold on to some of those assistant coaches. Plus, we got confirmation from Harper Murray via social media that she's not going anywhere. So that's the one that I think a lot of people are concerned about, because they know, and the tight-knit relationship between her and Coach Cook has been so public over the last calendar year or so. I think there were a lot of people concerned about Harper Murray, but she has confirmed on social media she's not going to enter the portal.
And I give a lot of respect to the University of Louisville too, because not only was the University of Nebraska, very tight-lipped, that no one knew that this was going to take place, but Louisville's the same way. Not only just their players, but just all their people and their, their athletic director, people that work, usually at universities, sometimes there's a leak, and you never heard anything coming from Louisville saying, oh, well, Busboom's leaving, she's going, you heard nothing. So the class of both schools and the way they handle this, It's the way it's supposed to be.
Well, and let's not also, I mean, here's a bizarre thing where Nebraska is fully imprinted in the volleyball world. So obviously the John Cook stuff and what he's done at Nebraska the last 25 years, you cannot stress the success enough. 88, I was looking during the break, 88 win percentage. He's won 88% of his games while at Nebraska. That is insane to think about over 25 years, the longevity of it. He's coached in 7 of the last 10 Final Fours, and obviously he's won multiple national titles while at Nebraska. So now you bring in Danny Busboom Kelly, and we just got done talking about the assistants and how Nebraska's staff, head coach, mostly John Cook, continues to just churn out assistants that are capable and are successful head coaches. Well, look at Danny. So Danny Busboom Kelly moves into the Nebraska role. Guess who takes over at Louisville? DBK, Danny Busboom Kelly's assistant at Louisville, Dan Meskey, who, by the way, was a Nebraska assistant. He was an assistant coach at Nebraska about a decade ago. And so, like, there's Nebraska's imprint on the volleyball world across the country, and essentially John Cook's imprint of the coaching tree, and so on and so forth. So I thought that was really, really cool. But you want to talk about continuity at Nebraska? How about continuity at Louisville? Because they're going through the same thing. They were just in the national championship this year. They have to replace a coach who won over 100 games at her time in Louisville. And so in her 8 seasons in Louisville, I mean, here's this for 88% win percentage. In her 8 seasons at Louisville, Danny Busboom Kelly compiled a 120-15 record, which is good for 89% winning percentage over the last 4 years. So, I mean, it's really, really exciting time. Obviously, the Cortland, Nebraska native is the new coach of the Husker volleyball squad. Ron says, when does Busboom officially take over and does the portal open up? Just a reminder, there'll be a 30-day period for the transfer portal. Old Dad 34 said, what year did Busboom Kelly play for Nebraska? She won the title in 2006 for the squad. She was the libero on that team in 2006. Big Ty says, I'm pretty sure I heard that DBK couldn't go to any other college but Nebraska. It was on her contract. Raff alluded to it. There's no buyout if she left for her it was the specific wording in her contract was her undergraduate alma mater, which obviously is Nebraska. That was the only school that would not have to pay her buyout.
And
so
if you get an opportunity, Nebraska fans, go look at John Cook's bio over the last 25 years and the records. His worst years, he had 3 years, I think, where he went 26-7. However, they ended up in the NCAA in the regional final all three of those years. I mean, it's unreal. You look at this Division I champion, Division I runner-up. I mean, just an amazing run for Coach Cook. And then we talked about his 88% winning percentage. Yeah. What I would like to see, what was his winning percentage at the old Coliseum and what was his winning percentage at Devaney? I would assume that they're probably
crazy
in probably the mid-90s, I would guess.
Well, and it's kind of bizarre because don't forget he didn't really want to move to the Devaney in the first place.
Coach Osborne had to twist his arm.
That's right. He didn't want to move to the Devaney in the first place. But Nebraska, give credit to the Huskers, they were able to keep that intimacy feel and continuously sell it out. And a lot of that's the success of it. I mean, guys, just a last part of it. Somebody texted in asking if do we think that's part of if it's in connection to Jordan Larson leaving the staff. I do not think so. I think we talked about it ad nauseum yesterday. Yeah. Essentially, I think a lot of that was that she wants to play professionally with League One volleyball in Omaha. She's a founding athlete of that league. She's financially invested in that league. She wants to see that succeed. In the last couple of years, despite League One volleyball, we knew League One volleyball was coming down the stretch, but she was able to coach. She had to practice. She had to stay in shape, obviously, but it wasn't the demands of an actual season. This is obviously the inaugural season of Love Volleyball. And so you have practices, you have the matches, you have the games. And so I think a lot of it is it's just the timing there. And it just coincidentally comes, 48 or 72 hours before a legendary coach at Nebraska retires. So, I mean, once again, we can't say enough about the seamless transition with John Cook to Danny Busboom Kelly. Hopefully, I think there's always going to be concern about retaining the roster, but I think there's a lot of people that have faith in Danny Busboom Kelly because it's not like Nebraska's taking a flyer on a first-time head coach to replace the legendary John Cook.
And no pressure on Danny Busboom Kelly. However, if you could repeat what John Cook did his first year as head coach at Nebraska, we'd really appreciate it. It was 34-0 national champions.
That's right.
No pressure, Danny Busman Kelly, but if you can do that, that'd be great.
Yeah, right, right. And that's where I think we'll have to watch ourselves, because this is not me trying to say it's okay to move the goalpost. And I'm sure we'll hear next Thursday about, hey, expectations are going to stay the same here at Nebraska, and we're going to hear that from Danny Busboom Kelly, and I'm sure John Cook today will say and try to provide all the confidence in the world. But this is essentially, I always compared Nebraska volleyball to like Alabama football with Nick Saban. We have to be careful that we don't go down the same rabbit hole that Alabama football is going down right now. It's essentially unfair, I believe, to DBK to sit here and be like, you know what, this is what we expect. Not saying that can't be the standard.
Don't start that right now.
But we don't like we have to make sure, as if you're a Husker fan, we have to be careful to think that, this was normal. That this is the 7 Final Fours in 10 years is not normal. It's not. And so would I be surprised if it continues? No. I think there's a lot of confidence and comfort in Danny Busman Kelly taking over. But, being realistic with ourselves, John Cooks don't just come walking down the street every day.
Is that John Cook right there? Oh,
yeah, no. Right there he is.
Riding his horse down O Street.
Yeah, walking his press conference. No,
riding his horse down O Street.
Yeah. So no, it's an exciting time though, and we'll see what the future holds.
And one of the things that when you're a coach, one of the things that you always want to do is you want to leave it better than when you found it. Nebraska volleyball, when he found it, was in a great position, and I don't think there's a slowdown to what Nebraska can do. I know she's a new coach, but we also got to realize that she had her team in the Final Four this year too. So she's coming in with the same expectations as, Nebraska volleyball is. She's just coming to a new school. But looking at that, I look at it from that point of view. I mean, her teams have been in the top of the country the last 2-3 years. So to think that she's just, coming in like, well, I just hope I'm successful. She's coming in to win championships. So
there you have it.
All right, well, we'll throw it a break. It's The Drive, 93.7, The Ticket.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. This week, enjoy a 3-day sale from January 30th to February 1st, featuring USDA Choice whole beef brisket for $3.99 per pound, all-natural pork butt $1.79 per pound, farmland bacon $3.99 per 16 ounces with a limit of 4, and all-natural spare ribs $2.99 per pound. That's the 3-day sale from January 30th to February 1st at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
What's it take to be a mentor with big brothers, big sisters? It takes 30 minutes and a cup of coffee. A video game, best 2 out of 3. It takes sharing thumbs up emojis, clapping emojis, and loaded nachos at halftime. That's how you make an impact on a young kid's life. So go on, share a few hours a month, because mentorship may sound huge, but the truth is, it takes little to be big. To learn more, volunteer, or donate, go to bebignow.org.
If you're sick of catering from the same places every month, it's time to switch things up. Mulberry Barbecue is perfect for business lunches and dinners, family gatherings, holiday parties, wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners, and so much more. Delivery and full service options are available, and they can cater for anything from 10 people to 500 people. Call them at 402-937-7114 to hear their menu options and get your catering booked today. Mulberry Barbecue, located at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and we wanted to give a special shout out to all of our great customers, thanking you all for a record-setting year in 2024. Now let's get the new year rolling with some big savings. Right now at Cobble, we have some of the biggest discounts in the area with over $12,000 off list price or 0% APR on select new models. So stop on in the dealership or hit us up online at cobblecars.com to get true low country overhead in action. $12,000 off list or 0% APR right now at Cobble. So please stop on in or visit us at cobblecars.com. You'll be glad you did.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a chance of showers throughout the day. Otherwise, cloudy skies and an afternoon high near 50. Tonight, the chance of showers continues over that low around 32. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies returning with a light breeze and an afternoon high near 51. I'm meteorologist Kyle Buck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henry's at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays. Games of bowling, shoe rental, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Does it seem like your clothes dryer doesn't dry like it used to? It may not be your dryer. It may be your dryer vent. When the vent becomes obstructed, it drastically reduces the efficiency of your dryer. Even worse, it can be a fire hazard. Here's the simple solution. Call Bryant. Bryant will thoroughly clean the vent and show you the before and after results. Call 467-1111. Keep your dryer operating efficiently and your home safe. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best-in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And you can work out your way on your time at any convenient location near you. Most open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends January 31st. See Home Club for details.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth. 93.7 The Ticket. Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Thursday. We got some history. You got a history, Nick, or you want me to start out with some history?
Go ahead, lead it off because I don't want to take yours.
That's okay. Take it.
No, okay. I was gonna say sorry. I was getting a text from somebody asking. I was at, okay. I mean, full transparency. I had texted a Fox Sports broadcaster to see if he was doing the game tonight.
Ooh, you're dropping names.
No, that's not what I was.
Oh.
That's not what I was trying to do. But anyway, and he had just replied. But anyway,
Tom Brady.
No, it is. His name is Connor Onion. I have a baseball card. Long story short, I have a baseball card that he wants that's autographed that I offered to give him because they went to the same high school.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's probably a former White Sox pitcher, Dave Steeb. And so I texted him asking if he was going to be in town because he did the Creighton game last night, and I didn't know if he had to just make the short drive to Lincoln and stuff. So anyway,
nice.
That's beside the point. Okay, so on this day in 1990, and I bring this name up because his record is close to being broken in the world of NHL.
Oh yeah,
Wayne Gretzky scores his 100th point of the season for the 11th straight year on this day in 1990. It's bizarre because Alex Ovechkin is trying to get to the Wayne Gretzky mark, right, with the Washington Capitals. So that's why I bring up in the world of hockey. And I'm a big hockey fan.
Yeah. Me too.
What history do you have today, Raffi?
Well, it's not hockey. Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow. But my history is 1996. Future Basketball Hall of Famer Magic Johnson comes out of a 5-year retirement and helps the Lakers to a 128-118 victory over Golden State. The Great Western Forum was rocking. Showtime was back when he had 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 10 assists after 5 years. Remember, he contracted HIV, retired from basketball, returned in that 94. The Dream Team was 94, right? Yeah, 94 Olympics. Played in that. Then he coached the Lakers for about half a season, I believe it was. And then he decided that it was time to return back to NBA. And he played another, I believe, year and a half, 2 years in the NBA before he retired.
Wow.
Officially. But that was in 1996.
So, okay, last one for me is in 2022. This is much recent. By the way, One-Eyed Ray's trying to get me in trouble. He says, in other words, Nick was handling personal business on company time, ... That's not what, One-Eyed Ray, don't get me in trouble,
Ray's
my friend.
Ray's always got an eye on.
Us Lions folks got to stay together, One-Eyed Ray.
He's always got an eye on that stuff.
Come on. Anyway, because that was not the intent. But anyway, on this day in 2022, the Kansas City Chiefs knocked off the Cincinnati Bengals in the AFC Championship. And this was the game
did the Bengals win?
Or was it the Bengals? It was the Bengals.
I think the Bengals won.
I read it
They
incorrectly.
named that stadium Burrowhead.
Cincinnati Bengals beat the Kansas City Chiefs 27-24 in overtime. This was a day where Joe Burrow goes 25 of 31 for 286 and 2 touchdowns in the win against the Kansas City Chiefs. But yeah, they win 27-24. Joe Mixon, 21 carries, 88 yards. Here is the least surprising news of the day. Travis Kelce, 10 catches, 95 yards.
Yeah.
But then, you know what, Raff? I will offer to buy you lunch.
Oh,
if you can tell me who the leading rusher for the Kansas City Chiefs in this game was. And it was not, I'll even give you a hint. It was not Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
The leading. Number one.
That's yes, it is number one. Come on, Raff. This is lunch on the line.
I know. I should know this. It's number one. It
is. Can you name a team that he played for previously before the Kansas City Chiefs?
Oh man.
You have 10 seconds.
Give me his initials. Can I have his initials?
No, because that will give it away.
You don't have to buy me lunch.
He went to Georgia Southern.
I don't know that, but
his initials are JM. JM. Jackson knows.
All right, say it, Jackson. I'm gonna kick myself for this.
Jarek McKinnon.
There it is.
Yep.
Jarek McKinnon. Raph, I'm thrilled that you got number one, though. That's correct.
Man, he played for the 49ers, right?
Played for, I believe
Vikings?
it was the 49ers and the Vikings.
Yeah.
I knew him most from the Vikings, though.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Nice job, Raph. Nice job, Jack.
I gave it a shot.
Yep. So, you got any birthdays or anything exciting today?
Well, I don't have any birthdays. However, this year, April 19th.
Okay.
Dig Dug will be celebrating its 43rd
That's right.
anniversary.
We have to.
So I'm thinking that on the anniversary, we have a big Dig Dug day. And since AG's, we will surprise them. So AG, I hope you're not listening right now. We're going to have a surprise Dig Dug day, I think, on April 19th.
On April 19th.
Yes.
The OG CJ said Nick is only going to offer to buy lunch. Doesn't mean that he'll actually buy it. He
always follows through.
I follow through. But no, I was going to be very impressed with Raff.
I remembered the number. I just cannot remember his name. Maybe a little bit longer.
Normally it would have been the other way around.
Well, Vikings was going through my head, but I just cannot think of his name.
Yeah,
but
that's okay. By the way, AG did have to step out for the time being, so it's just Raff and myself and Jackson, of course.
Jackson 5.
Yep, Jackson 3. There it is. But anyway, we got plenty of stuff to still get to.
Yes,
Raff,
we do.
go ahead and send us a break. Let's officially kick off the 9 o'clock hour when we come back.
All right, sounds good. We'll throw it the break. Just the drive. 93.7. The Ticket.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Go hog wild, Pit Barbecue.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Hey volleyball fans, this is Laura Dijkema, National Player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK. Make flying easy.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
M Suits Clothiers, Lincoln's favorite men's store. family owned and operated, located 1 block south of 56th and Pine Lake Road. The end of season clearance is going on now with up to 50% off. Stop in now for best selection on sweaters, outerwear, suits, sport coat, dress pants, and dress shirts. M Suits Clothiers, your menswear store. If you're sick of catering from the same places every month, it's time to switch things up. Mulberry Barbecue is perfect for business lunches and dinners, family gatherings, holiday parties, wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners, and so much more. Delivery and full service options are available, and they can cater for anything from 10 people to 500 people. Call them at 402-937-7114 to hear their menu options and get your catering booked today. Mulberry Barbecue, located at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history. 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. We're proudly sponsored by Doors Plus. If your garage door needs maintenance or you need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Hall and his team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit DoorsPlusLLC.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and
more. How about Jackson? He remembered.
Oh, boy.
How about this? We had the conversation on air yesterday whether or not you were going to remember. And so I'm pleased
Is that
to see.
I studied film.
Is that a 97 national champion shirt you have on?
It's the back-to-back. Showing Bob
94,
Devaney.
How about this?
Not Bob Devaney.
Coach
Yes,
Osborne.
Coach Osborne.
Coach Osborne.
Yep.
Sorry, we're just talking about volleyball.
That's all right. That's all right.
Well, Bob Devaney was football too. But,
The Sports Center. The Bob Devaney
oh,
Sports Center.
gotcha.
That's cool, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You a big thrifter?
Throwback.
I'm a big thrifter. I got this last week.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Wow. I have a buddy that's all he used to do. He doesn't do it anymore because he has like an adult job now. But I think he's a doctor out west. But anyway, he used to just ransack Goodwills. He'd buy it, but he'd ransack Goodwills and then he would wash them, clean them up, and then sell them.
Well, one of the things that's big on the internet now is all these bootleg shirts.
Yeah.
So you'll see like the Tommy Frazier bootleg shirts and stuff like that. I was talking to Tommy. I go, how much money have you seen of that yet, Tommy? He's like, yeah, not going to see any of that.
None.
And I was telling him that back in 95 when he was making his Heisman run and that year, they came out with this bootleg Tommy Frazier shirt. Like, I think it's like touchdown Tommy Frazier, but it was on black. I mean, amazing shirt. It was bootlegged and illegal, of course, but I might have bought one. So I was telling him.
So you participated in the problem.
But it doesn't count if I tell him that I bought one.
Okay. Yeah.
I told him next time I see him, I'll have to try and dig it out. Maybe I'll let him, I'll give it to him or something.
That's crazy. Yeah, no. So I mean, you've seen a couple of my old time shirts that, I mean, Jackson, we're somewhat similar age. We weren't around for those.
Oh, no.
Right? So
No.
It's cool.
Well,
it's vintage.
If you ever see
vintage is in
80 Sun Kino, most likely if it's Nebraska football Saturday, he'll be wearing one of 80's old jackets or one of his, something.
The starter jackets are
pertaining
cool.
back in the 90s or whatever. But that's Kino's wardrobe on Saturdays.
My sister's got one of my dad's old like crew necks.
Yeah.
And she wears it all the time, like when
That's awesome.
Nebraska games and stuff. And it's Big 8 conference on the front of
that's
it.
cool. Like the AD's got, and I would never be able to pull this type of gear off, but like AD's got that big, heavy Big 8 conference jacket.
Yep.
That's really cool. I would never be able to pull it off. Also, I mean, I didn't play, so I don't need it. But like, it is like those types of things are really, really cool. Plus, and nowadays the vintage is coming back into style. So, I mean, Raff, your sweatpants are coming back into style. You're good. You're set for the future.
Well, they've told me, back 30 years ago, they're like, Raff, just wear your sweatpants, and they're going to come in and out of style through the years. And I think right now I'm at a time in my life where sweatpants are very instrumental in my life.
Well, anyway, 402-464-5685. We're going to kind of move on from the Husker volleyball discussion going forward. We did get one last text about this. It says, guys, I wonder if Penn State is happy that Nebraska replaced a coach who couldn't beat them with a coach who also couldn't beat them. And obviously, Danny Busboom Kelly, the Louisville Cardinal lost to, or Louisville Cardinals, they're not Stanford, Louisville Cardinals lost to Penn State in the national championship match. So obviously there's that point to it as well. But yeah, I mean, there's that point but we want to talk NFL, and we've talked Super Bowl headlines the last couple of days. We want to keep it kind of focused on the coaches and the teams that are the farthest from playing in the Super Bowl, essentially. Jacksonville is one of those. The New Orleans Saints is the lone job that's still open that we know. Dallas Cowboys filled theirs. The New York Jets filled theirs. The Patriots, Raiders, and Bears all got taken care of it. First, let's start with the job that is not filled yet, Raff, and that's the New Orleans Saints. We know Dennis Allen is, I believe, going to Chicago as Ben Johnson's defensive coordinator. Yep. Ben Johnson putting together quite the staff in Chicago with a mix of former head coaches, but then also guys that he worked with in Detroit, like JT Barrett as well. But you look at the New Orleans Saints, you thought maybe for a moment that was Aaron Glenn's job, the Detroit Lions defensive coordinator, but he ultimately gets hired in New York. And I'm sure he interviewed for the Saints. He said it in his press conference that he interviewed for multiple jobs. But he wanted the New York Jets job. Where do the New Orleans Saints go from here? Because it seems like there's one logical option.
Well, then there was Todd McCarthy, might be that person. Now
he's going to wait.
He might sit out a year. Right now, I'd have to think that your leader in the clubhouse is Kellen Moore.
Yeah,
but I think he's got to wait. So I would
till after the Super Bowl.
I think they might have done an interview with him. I think I read that
they did.
So I would think Kellen Moore is your leader in the clubhouse right now. But with the Saints right now, it's like you'd want to get somebody in place and get this going. I mean, this is a big week of the year. I mean, you have your scouting department that's down at the Reese's Senior Bowl, but you don't know if that scouting department's going to be with your new coach, if that scouting department's even going to be there. So it's an interesting time for the Saints because you definitely want to get a coach installed, especially this time of year where you're looking at new talent.
Well, and what's with Kellen Moore? So obviously, can you tell me where he played college football?
Yes,
remember?
I can.
Where at?
Boise State.
There you go. Nice job, Kellen Moore.
Yes. Was he the quarterback that handed off to Ian Johnson?
No, that was before him.
Okay, so
he played in he graduated Boise in 2011.
2011. Okay,
so that was a couple of years before.
Who was the quarterback that handed off? Do you remember? He was a pretty good quarterback too, and I can't remember.
I don't know. You're putting me on the
text
spot.
line. Help us.
You're putting me on the spot.
Who was
here.
Boise State's quarterback that beat Oklahoma? Fiesta Bowl.
Okay. Was it Maddox Madsen? No. That's this year's. That's this year's. Jared Zabransky.
Yeah.
Jared Zabransky.
Yep.
You put me on the spot there,
Well
Raff.
done.
It was unfair.
Your knowledge is impeccable.
But no. So Kellen Moore. Back to Kellen. He started his coaching career in 2018 with the Cowboys,
where he played.
He played with the Lions and the Cowboys. Finished up his career with the Cowboys. But started his coaching career the year after he retired from the Cowboys as the quarterback's coach. Then the following year, he became the offensive coordinator, was there for 4 years under Jason Garrett. Left there, was the Los Angeles Chargers offensive coordinator in 2023.
Correct.
And then now with the Philadelphia Eagles since the beginning of last season as the offensive coordinator. So a guy that's certainly been around at a couple of stops, was briefly mentioned for the Dallas Cowboys opening.
This is what I thought. I wanted Deion Sanders just to see it happen. Him and Jerry Jones coexist.
And just to create chaos in college football too.
And I wanted Deion Sanders, but that didn't happen. But after that, I thought that leader in the clubhouse was Kellen Moore because Kellen Moore reminded me so much of kind of the Jason Garrett type coach. And I thought, okay, Kellen Moore to Dallas. That's going to be the fit right there. So it kind of really threw me off when they went with Brian Schottenheimer, because I'll be honest with you, I thought the Brian Schottenheimer star had faded a little bit over the last 5, 6, 7 years. I thought he was at a higher point in his coaching career about 5-6 years ago when you heard his name mentioned a lot. So when I heard the Brian Schottenheimer name as head coach, I was like, whoa, that's a throwback for me. So I was surprised by that one.
Yeah, been a coach in the league since 1997. He started with the St. Louis Rams, then went to the Chiefs, went to college for a while for a couple of seasons, but most recently was obviously the offensive coordinator for the Cowboys last season, was a coaching analyst in 2022, was a passing game coordinator with the Jags in 2021, was with the Colts, the Seahawks from 2016 to 2020, was with Georgia in 2015. So kind of been all over the place. Brian Schottenheimer, though, coached 1 year with the quarterbacks with the Washington Redskins back in 2001. It's going to be for his first chance at a head coaching gig, Brian Schottenheimer. But when you look at the Saints, I think I align with you in saying that Kellen Moore is there, which, I mean, they still have the Saints are interesting on the offensive side of the ball. And I lean offense because they're hiring an offensive-minded guy in Kellen Moore. They have Derek Carr at quarterback.
But are they locked in with him? That's going to be...
That's the question. It's how much longer do we see Alvin Kamara there? Because I feel like we're getting towards the Alvin Kamara towards the end of his time in Dallas the first time around, where we could see Alvin go somewhere. And he's been dealing with some other stuff off the field as well over the last couple of seasons. But ultimately, how much longer do they want to hold on to Alvin Kamara? You have a really nice young receiver in Chris Olave in that room.
And you have others.
Taysom Hill, obviously, is
young
involved.
Receiver. Oh, the one that got injured. Oh, I can't remember his name.
Was it Rashid Shaheed?
Thank you.
Rashid Shaheed is in that room. So, I mean, there's a couple of intriguing pieces if you want to lean heavy in that and potentially draft towards the offense.
I just don't know if they're locked in at Derek Carr at quarterback.
Well, and if that's the case, it's not like the 2025 draft is that intriguing at the quarterback position.
Quinn Ewers.
I mean, after you move past, I mean, we saw what they did with Spencer Rattler. I mean, it was nothing. But once you move past like Cam Ward and Shadur, how do you feel about the rest? Carson Beck's not in the draft.
You know who's been getting a lot of pub? They've been talking lately. Jaden Milroe, Alabama.
I have seen that.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of push he gets.
I wonder how much to read into the news that we get at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
Or, like where they're down there right now. We're hearing good reports, sidebar, Nebraska focus. We're hearing good reports about Thomas Fidone's perform a week of practice down there. But ultimately,
and if you're the offensive tackle from Oregon, don't let that define you.
Yeah, where the Marshall defensive end blows you up, pancakes you from
I don't
the
care
the defense.
if ESPN played it 148 times.
Yeah, right.
Don't let that define you.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's the thing is maybe they look towards at the quarterback position. Then we're talking about the Saints, obviously.
Maybe Arch in 2026.
Yeah, maybe they look at 2026 as a potential next one for the quarterback situation there in New Orleans. Okay, let's quickly since we're close to getting up against the break.
Yeah.
Let's go through and grade these hires, Raff.
Let's do it.
Let's start with the least surprising hire, I would say, of the cycle. Ben Johnson gets a job with the Chicago Bears. Obviously, you put him into a situation where they have Caleb Williams. For the first time last offseason, the Bears built around a rookie quarterback.
Yep.
They went out, obviously had DJ Moore. They went out, got Keenan Allen. They traded for DeAndre Swift from Detroit. They boosted up that offensive line a little bit. What grade you giving the Bears with the Ben Johnson hire?
I'm going to give him between a B and a B+.
Okay. Why not an A?
Because he's never been a head coach before. And I think you always have like that. We've seen a lot of great coordinators. They were like, oh, he's going to be the man. And then they get to a head coaching job and they're not quite the head coach that they were a coordinator.
Yeah,
so,
it doesn't translate perfectly.
Do I think the sky can be the limit for him? Yes, I do. I think he's got that creativity on offense, but it'll be interesting to see how much of the offense he'll still control, if he'll be the guy calling the plays, if he'll leave it with the offense coordinator, because that's kind of his calling card is his creativity on offense, and see what he brings to the Bears. But I think for the Bears, I think it was a great hire for them, but I just want to see first what his head coaching mentality is like, because it's more
does it translate?
It's more than just X's and O's. It's building a culture and stuff like that, and see if he's got what you take there.
It's gonna be interesting to see how much of the Detroit approach he takes to Chicago, right? And with that, the way that Dan Campbell coaches and the way that he controls that locker room to, in essence, or to a certain point. I actually give the Bears an A. Like I would say probably A minus on this.
Easy grader.
And the reason why is because the Bears, think about the frame that we always discuss the Bears in, is that they make things harder than they need to.
Yes.
This is the first time, especially when it comes to coaching hires, where they didn't.
They did what they were supposed to do.
They did what they were supposed to do. And they also were able to beat out another team for Ben Johnson, multiple teams. We know that it essentially came down to the Bears or the Jacksonville Jaguars for Ben Johnson. And so the Bears were able to not only beat out the Jags, but hire Ben Johnson, which was the smart and easy thing to do. For once, the last couple of years, they actually did what was probably supposed to happen, and that's the Bears hiring Ben Johnson. Okay, let's move down. Which, by the way, in that division now, a couple of younger coaches, right? You have Kevin O'Connell, Ben Johnson, and then obviously Dan Campbell, who's a little bit older. But the Raiders go out and bring a guy out of retirement, Pete Carroll.
I'm going to give this a B also.
Okay.
I want to give it an A, but it's just, I don't know. I mean, Pete Carroll's the youngest 73-year-old you're ever going to see in your life.
That is true.
But the fact is like, I'm just not sure. Does Pete Carroll want to coach for the next 5 or 6 years?
Yeah.
You know, because he's a free spirit. He loves to surf. He loves to do that stuff. It's like, does he want to go through that grind for the next 5 or 6 more years, or does he want to go out, enjoy life some? But I guess he did last year. But I'm gonna give it a B. I think they actually got a coach there now that actually kind of knows what he's doing.
I think we have to assess expectations for the Raiders, and every team and every organization is going to say our ultimate goal is to win a Super Bowl. I think you need to take into account what division the Raiders are in. They're in the AFC West. The Broncos are on the right trajectory, right? An upward trajectory. Yep. The Chiefs are the Chiefs, and the Chargers went out and made a splash with Jim Harbaugh, and they look like they're going to be a competent and competitive team going forward.
But I will say this about the Raiders. You did not give Antonio Pierce a fair shot.
No, but I think the role that Pete Carroll is there to do is to raise the floor for the Raiders. They have been horrible the last decade plus through their move before they went to Vegas. If they can, if Pete Carroll can get them to a consistent or at least a fringe playoff team in the competitive arms race that is the AFC West, that makes it, to your point, if he doesn't coach for the next 15 years, which you probably won't, that makes the job a little more, probably more attractive for the next guy. This job right now, they have been so bad for the last 15 years that, sure, the expectation or the goal can always be to win a Super Bowl, but how can you raise the floor? Because right now the floor is winless or is a 1-win team. How can you raise that floor to be no fewer than 6 or 7 wins in a season?
And keep your eyes peeled for this one. Look for a possible Russell Wilson sighting in Vegas.
Yeah, I did hear about that. And so I actually really like the Pete Carroll hire. Okay, staying in the or going to the AFC East, the New England Patriots, Vrabel. I feel like that you want to talk about coaches they did dirty. Gerard Mayo's on that list for me. I would say I would say Gerard Mayo more so than even Antonio Pierce. But thoughts on Mike Vrabel?
I'm gonna give this one an A.
Okay,
I think
it's just a layup.
I think that this was what should have been done last year. I think what they did,
which Vrabel wasn't ready though, according to Vrabel.
Yeah,
but then he started coaching again.
Then you commit to Gerard Mayo for 1 year. That's not right. But I think that Vrabel for the team, he's going to bring back some of that Patriot way.
Yep.
It's what the fans want to see. It's who. So I mean, I'm gonna give A for Vrabel.
Yeah, I think so.
And
he
was one of the hotter names on the coaching circuit too. That I thought he could have potentially landed in like a Dallas or somewhere like that too. So
yeah, I think this was a layup though. He played there, right? It was the easy call.
He's going home.
New York Jets, Aaron Glenn. Where's our thoughts? The Jets hired basically everybody they could at least get an interview with.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have the growing skepticism
and they get Rex Ryan.
Yeah, right. The growing skepticism and curiosity about Aaron Rodgers' future, but they bring in Aaron Glenn, a defensive mind from Detroit.
Going with that he's never been a head coach, but man, this is one of those guys. I've been impressed with him since HBO Hard Knocks
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I mean, so B+, same as just for the fact he hasn't been a head coach, but I think he's got all the qualities to be really successful. I just hope that, New York, has the patience with him and what they do at quarterback. There's been talk that he's accepting if they want to bring back Aaron Rodgers. So if they can, get Aaron Rodgers back, and I think Aaron Glenn might be that guy that can maybe, I would say, straighten out Aaron Rodgers, but maybe, get Aaron Rodgers to say, hey, you're coming to the mini camp. You're not going to Egypt, maybe be that coach, maybe draw that line in the sand that I think Aaron Rodgers kind of needs right now in his career.
I'm curious. I would sit here and say it feels a little deja vu-esque to where you had, what was it? You go and hire a defensive-minded head coach after you move on from a defensive-minded head coach. I think a lot of this has to do with the owner, Woody Johnson. Not a very good owner. Not a very good owner.
I think his grandsons are running the team now.
So, but still, I don't think there's a great bet on whether or not they're going to step back and allow Aaron Glenn to do his thing, similar to Robert Saleh. Yeah. It feels deja vu-esque to where you go out and hire a first-time head coach with a defensive background. I love Aaron Glenn and I love his approach, but we talk.
Is the situation too much?
The situation? Does everything outside of Aaron Glenn's control have to change so much to where it doesn't give him a fair chance?
Too. I'm just like, is the Jets so much of a mess that like I see that with the Cowboys. Like I don't think that there can be a coach that's going to come in there and improve or make the Cowboys, Super Bowl champions, because everything on the outside is going to prevent you from that.
Yeah, you're right. So what grade are you giving?
Oh, B+.
B. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a break, I guess. There we have two more to get to.
All right.
The Jags and the Cowboys.
Duval. All right, we're gonna throw out the break. This is the Drive 93.7 The Ticket.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK. Make flying easy.
M Suits Clothiers, Lincoln's favorite men's store. Family owned and operated, located 1 block south of 56th and Pine Lake Road. The end of season clearance is going on now with up to 50% off. Stop in now for best selection on sweaters, outerwear, suits, sport coat, dress pants, and dress shirts. M Suits Clothiers, your menswear store.
Does it seem like your clothes dryer doesn't dry like it used to? It may not be your dryer. It may be your dryer vent. When the vent becomes obstructed, it drastically reduces the efficiency of your dryer. Even worse, it can be a fire hazard. Here's the simple solution. Call Bryant. Bryant will thoroughly clean the vent and show you the before and after results. Call 467-1111. Keep your dryer operating efficiently and your home safe. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk about trading up. Not what you're thinking. You could never trade her in, but you can trade up her stone if you like. Signify the growth of your love, the challenges you have overcome, or any part of your love journey by trading up her diamond. Whether it's been 5 years, 25 years, or 50. Say it with a bling. Big love, big bling. We got you. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option. Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Outside is where winter adventure unfolds. On frozen lakes, icy landscapes, and snow-covered slopes, feeling the cold air rush by as you race downhill. The freedom of gliding with ease and the warmth of being together. From epic sled rides to the fun of ice fishing, it's all right here beneath Nebraska skies. Start your winter adventure at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Associations and this station.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. It is Thursday, talking some NFL head coaching.
That's right. We gotta make sure we discuss Nebraska basketball's game against the Illinois Fighting Illini tonight. The Illini down a big player. We'll give some more info here in just a few minutes.
Do they still have the red zone?
The red zone,
like the student section in Nebraska basketball.
The end zone, yeah.
Oh, it's called the end zone.
The end zone.
The end zone. Okay.
Or maybe it's like the Iron N. I think there's multiple names.
I think
for it.
was,
yes,
it
they
was
still
the
have
red zone for a few
They
years.
still do have the student section.
I was just throwing it out there.
They don't just get rid of the student section.
Back when I was in, gosh, I've been probably junior high. Guess what they called? What we were called?
What?
Dead Dog Alley.
That is not what the name is now. I don't know if there's a giveaway. There might be a promotion for tonight, but anyway, we'll get to that in just a moment.
Win a Porsche.
Maybe the Jacksonville Jaguars. It was kind of a bizarre couple of days, but Liam Cohen is the official head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. A wild press conference with the whole Duval thing. Thoughts on this one, though? First time head coach.
For the way he said Duval, I think I'm gonna have to give it a C.
Okay.
Because, I mean, he's got the pedigree. I mean, he's coached under Sean McVay.
Yep.
You know, he's put up some good offenses with Baker last couple of years down in Tampa. So, but it's just that whole Duval thing just scared me. I think it would probably.
Why? Okay. Why are we putting so much stock into it?
I don't know. There's just something about that dude.
You didn't like the way he said it.
I liked it. I just thought it was kind of.
So you liked it, but you don't have a good feeling about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That makes zero sense.
I know.
I'm going to be the first one to tell you.
I'm just afraid that at the end of this coach, when they let him go here in 2 years.
Yep.
That the only
when
thing
they let him go,
the only thing that they're going to remember is him saying Duval in his opening press conference.
Well, and
I mean, he could prove me wrong, but Jacksonville's another one of those teams for me.
Can the owner get out of the way?
They don't know, are we staying in Jacksonville? Are we moving to London?
Yeah.
What are we going? I just don't think they really know where they're going. So if your organization does not have direction, it's hard for your coach to, implement direction. So it's going to be an interesting couple of years.
Yeah. Last one is the Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Are we both going lower than a C here?
Yeah, C minus.
I mean, you're the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, you. Yeah, I think you would really, if you knew you were going to get Brian Schottenheimer as your head coach, you should have stayed with Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, you're right. I 100% agree. Brian Schottenheimer, obviously the son of Marty Schottenheimer, but there you have it, Brian Schottenheimer. Okay, tonight, switching gears, Nebraska Husker men's basketball. They host the 18th ranked Illinois Fighting Illini tonight. 7:30 p.m. tip-off on Fox Sports 1. The Illini 14-6 overall, currently 5th in the Big Ten Conference. They are 2-3 in their last 5 games. Those 3 losses coming a 10-point loss at home against USC, a 21-point loss against Maryland at home, and a 2-point loss on the road at the only team that's ranked in the top 10 in the Big Ten Conference, and that is at Michigan State. They're coming off of a 9-point win at home against the Northwestern Wildcats, and they'll face off against Ohio State on Saturday. I ask you this, Sunday. I ask you this: is there any way Nebraska wins this game? We do know Brad Underwood, the head coach of the Illinois Fighting Illini, did announce yesterday that one of their leading rebounder and a guy who plays 26.5 minutes a game, averages 13 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 2 assists per contest, and that is Tomislav Ivicic. He is not going to be playing tonight. He is out for Illinois. What's the avenue for Nebraska to win this game tonight?
First avenue is they got to find my friend Mo.
Okay.
If they find my friend Mo, that's going to be huge. Jackson, that is momentum.
Momentum.
They have struggled so much trying to find any consistency or momentum. Hopefully the home crowd can get them going where they can find some momentum. Secondly, they got to find their gritty.
Yeah.
I feel like Nebraska basketball, I would say defined, beginning of this year and last year. What makes Nebraska basketball? It's that gritty diving, crashing the boards, being more physical than the other team. We're out, awarding black shirts at one time. You've got to come out and you've got to find that grittiness. You've got to be tougher than the other team.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think when you look at over these last 6 games, what's one thing Nebraska has not done well is they've been atrocious in the late minutes of each half. They are not closing out halves, whether that's the first half or the ball game. They're not closing them out. Like Schaefer and I were talking off air this morning, and we were saying that we wouldn't be surprised if Nebraska's firmly in this one with a minute and a half or 2 minutes to go. But how much confidence do you have in their ability to close it out? And the reason I say that is because look at their roster personnel right now. The last game against, or in the game against USC, they took their 2 point guards out, Raleigh Wooster and Aaron Eulis, and they wanted Bryce to be the primary ball handler.
Yep.
It's just, you went out and got guys like Raleigh so that you didn't have to do that. And then ultimately, Bryce Williams throws the ball out of bounds, which certainly, put kind of the icing on the cake for Nebraska. So I think you hope that Nebraska can find some consistent guard play, right? Facilitate from a facilitating aspect, and take advantage of Illinois' leading rebounder being out. Take advantage of their big guy, the man down low. Take advantage of him not being active, so that way Nebraska can potentially, knock off a number 18 team in the country and get back on the winning side of things. This would be a much needed win.
And if the three's not falling, attack the basket.
Yeah. Absolutely right.
If it's not falling, it's just not there. Attack the basket. You've got players that can do that. Actually, I think sometimes I prefer Bryce and Jawan going to the hoop a little bit more than shooting the three sometimes anyway.
Let's be honest with your big guy. I mean, so Avicius is pronounced Tomislav, 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 and then his last name is Ivisic. Avicic, I believe is how it's pronounced. A guy 7'1", 230 pounds out of Vodice, Croatia. Averages, like I said, 13 points, 8.5 rebounds, shoots over 50% from the field as well. And for a guy that averages what he does, that's pretty impressive. Also shoots 41% from three. So this is a notable guy that's not going to be playing tonight for Illinois against the Huskers. But when you're able to take away a 7'1" body in the down low in the paint,
you got to take advantage of it.
It opens up. It opens up for a guy like Jawan. This feels like a Jawan 20 type of point game, and he gets 18 of them from the rim. Or he gets to the free throw line a lot too. I think that's where we also lean Bryce too. Like Bryce's mid-range is as good as we've seen in a Nebraska uniform in a very long time. But what does Bryce do really well? And what was one thing that he did at the beginning of the season exceptionally well was get to the free throw line. There were days where Bryce got to the free throw line 6-7 times in a single game. Something like that, to not only see a couple of shots fall, slow the game down, because Nebraska at times gets ahead of themselves. They get sped up, especially if the opponent is able to speed them up. And then they force some things to happen. And Nebraska slow it down, like you said, get some momentum. That can also help stop runs from Illinois. If Illinois goes on a run, you'll be able to kind of mitigate some issues if you're able to get to the free throw line. So I just think being able to shoot from the perimeter, but also taking advantage of Avicic not being down low is the key for Nebraska to win.
Yep. They got to find that momentum. And then if you have that momentum, don't let it go the last 2 minutes of the first half.
Bingo.
You got to keep it going for the full 20 minutes of the first half. Sometimes Nebraska has that where they start to play well, and then like the last 2 minutes, they fall asleep and then puts them in a hole. So hopefully they can, piece together, a good, strong 40 minutes tonight of basketball.
What do you think happens tonight?
I'm gonna talk myself into it. Let's go Huskers. Nebraska is going to win tonight.
I think I see this being a 6 to 10 point Nebraska win.
All right.
I don't know why. This feels like one of those where Nebraska will kind of just I don't want to say joke around, but like just kind of do it. Like
they're due.
Yeah,
they're due. I hate to be that way.
Do we see them shoot well?
That's it. Where they got to find.
Are they above? Are they above 35% from three? 30. Okay. Are they above 32% from three?
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say they're gonna find my friend Mo.
Okay.
Usually when momentum's on their side, you shoot the ball really well. So
there you go.
I'm saying over 35%. Let's go. Let's go with it.
7:30 tip off. The weather should be all right. Hopefully a good crowd at PBA.
Yeah, perfect.
Despite the 6-game losing streak.
Bring it.
So this is a big one also, just in the grand scheme of it all. Nebraska's got a couple of tougher games. They hit the West Coast following tonight's matchup. They'll play Oregon and Washington going forward in the next week. So big one tonight.
All right. Well, we will throw it to break. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car and your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Outside is where winter adventure unfolds. On frozen lakes, icy landscapes, and snow-covered slopes, feeling the cold air rush by as you race downhill. The freedom of gliding with ease and the warmth of being together. From epic sled rides to the fun of ice fishing, it's all right here beneath Nebraska skies. Start your winter adventure at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Associations and this station.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known. But what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
M Suits Clothiers, Lincoln's favorite men's store. Family owned and operated, located 1 block south of 56th and Pine Lake Road. The end of season clearance is going on now with up to 50% off. Stop in now for best selection on sweaters, outerwear, suits, sport coat, dress pants, and dress shirts. M Suits Clothiers, your menswear store.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. 93.7 The Ticket. Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a chance of showers throughout the day. Otherwise, cloudy skies and an afternoon high near 50. Tonight, the chance of showers continues over that low around 32. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies returning with a light breeze and an afternoon high near 51. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK, make flying easy.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and we wanted to give a special shout out to all of our great customers, thanking you all for a record-setting year in 2024. Now let's get the new year rolling with some big savings. Right now at Cobble, we have some of the biggest discounts in the area with over $12,000 off list price or 0% APR on select new models. So stop on in the dealership or hit us up online at cobblecars.com to get true low country overhead in action. $12,000 off list or 0% APR right now at Cobble. So please stop on in or visit us at cobblecars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody. We are back. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket, wrapping up the Thursday edition of The Drive.
Yep, AD is back with us mañana. AG back with us mañana. So he's in Des Moines for just a couple more hours until he's got to travel to Happy Valley, Pennsylvania.
Got to drive back to Omaha first.
That's right. That's really too bad he couldn't just flown out of Des Moines.
Yeah, but I guess driving back to Omaha, then when you get back from Happy Valley, you don't have to drive all the way back from Des Moines.
That's a very good point.
So I see his logic and his thinking.
That's why smarter people schedule the traveling than me.
The question will be, will he walk by the football complex and will him and Troy Franklin be taking pictures with each other?
James Franklin.
Why did I say Troy Franklin?
Who's Troy Franklin?
Was he receiver?
I think so.
Yeah, a receiver for somebody.
Some college.
God, I can't remember who he played
was
for.
that. Was that from Missouri?
Troy Franklin. Why is that name?
Hold on. Troy. Okay, I'm just gonna.
When I said it,
this is going to be the most generic Google search ever. Troy Franklin.
Wide receiver.
Football.
Patriots? No.
Denver Broncos wide receiver Troy Franklin. He is 21 years old currently.
He's out of Oregon.
He plays for the Denver Broncos out of the University of Oregon. That is correct.
Dropped a lot of passes this year.
Did he really?
Oh yeah.
That is why you said Troy Franklin.
Because him and Bo played together for the last couple of years. And
at Oregon, yeah.
He had the one long catch in the playoff game. He had the 45-yard touchdown catch against the Bills.
Yeah, 28 catches, 263 receiving yards, and 2 touchdowns for the 4th-round pick out of Eugene.
Yeah, best play of his year was that first possession of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, he had 2 catches on 3 targets against Buffalo for 54 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, Broncos took the lead early, and that was the end of that game.
Yeesh.
The memories.
The memories.
But we were in the playoffs.
That is right.
Woo!
You were in the playoffs. I was trying to find if I could see how many drops he had this year.
A lot. There were a few that
drops are hard to.
He was open and
are hard to find on here.
It just I don't know if it's just concentration, but there were some. But a lot of them you're like, man, you guys have been together for as long as you are. You think you'd have that chemistry, but hopefully next year he'll find that chemistry.
Yeah, exactly. So, by the way, just a reminder: John Cook's presser is about to be kicked off. You can follow us. We'll have coverage of that one throughout the rest of the rest of the hours or so. Rico's there right now, getting all the info from John Cook as we hear him address not the nation. I hear him address the Husker fan base and the volleyball world.
I think it might be on ESPN or Big Ten Network.
They'll hear him address the volleyball world essentially one final time as Husker volleyball coach.
King.
It's crazy. Hard to believe still, but excited for the future with Danny Busboom Kelly, Jalen Reyes, and Kelly Hunter still on staff. So, all right, Raff, before you do Raff's Good Take, just want to shout out our friends at the Body Lab LNK, 14th and Yankee Hill. Make sure you stop on by. They can take care of any pain that you're experiencing, trigger point, dry needling, infrared sauna, the cold plunge tub, the whole 9 yards. They got it. Rachel and her team at the BodyLabLNK.com, 14th and Yankee Hill.
All right.
What you got for RGT today?
All right, everyone. Today's Ralph's Good Take goes out to 4 people the first time ever.
4?
Yep. First, it's going out to John Cook.
Okay.
John Cook, thank you for being a pillar of Nebraska for the past 25 years. The representation, amazing. Second, Danny Busboom Kelly. We all forget a little bit that, she had put together quite the team at Louisville. And it's not always easy to follow, come back home and be a legend. We've kind of seen that. But pretty cool for her to come back. So thank you, Danny Busboom Kelly, for returning back to Lincoln. Third, Troy Dannon. Without Troy Dannon's support, none of this is possible. And it's just great to see his Nebraska pride. And that takes me up to my 4th person, and that's Greg Sharp. What the university and Troy Dannon did yesterday to name the Greg Sharp press box is super cool. And so all 4 of you guys are Raff's Good Takes for all the great stuff you've done.
Yeah, that's really cool. It was a newsy Wednesday. It was a newsy, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday with obviously Jordan Larson moving on, but John Cook retiring, and then that Greg Sharp thing, as you mentioned. Really, really cool. So, just a reminder, Husker basketball tonight, 7:30 p.m. tip-off. Maybe we see John Cook there.
Ooh.
Do we get to see John Cook in the arena? We'll see.
Putting for a horse?
maybe that it'd probably be a little cheaper, especially on the taxes. But anyway, Raff, we got about 25 seconds or so. AG's back with us tomorrow. But it was a good time as always, my friend.
All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Be nice to each other. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK. Make flying easy.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks